fireballers arrived alive, but not necessarily sane in Queen Anne's County, Maryland. Team 100 went for broke.
I told them we have too much 100 pounds. It's all I could take.
Why is everyone blaming me? Because it's your fault.
We're gonna take the Queen of Versailles to with us and the film crew.
The American astronaut gets thrown under the bus by the French astronaut.
Day 3, flat tire, minus 15 points. We want to give this to John McBride.
And milk jugs brought all the boys to the yard.
The milk jugs are that way.
God, that's just not normal conversation.
A Roadside America attraction goes rogue.
This muffler man here holding a great big American flag.
It's pretty good size. It's like Paul Bunyan-esque.
Have you talked to anybody who said it was real?
Bogus.
All right.
And now you're up to speed on the Fireball Run.
American Roadside app. You can use that to kind of filter some of the fake or bogus bonuses because they obviously won't be there. And then it'll also validate some of the others if you're not sure and it's not there, because it might be a historical marker, it might be a cow on a roof. It's got a lot of great info.
With nowhere to turn and time running out, the Queen of Versailles leaves her hive behind and hitches a ride with the production crew.
Hey, Phil, there's a Ford dealership 2.5 miles away.
Okay.
So they're going to try to go really slow on the side of the highway and get the limousine there.
But the whole thing is, you gotta kind of take some of the load out of the trunk. Get all the way from the back of that car to the front of the car.
I don't think you should be taking it to Williamsburg myself, but that's your plan. I'm getting in a minivan and taking as much as I can of this weight out of this puppy.
What we didn't tell Ryan or JJ was that the tires are rubbing. And Phil's afraid that we're going to get flat tires.
All right, well, the mission name is Yom HaShoah. The window is 12:30 to 2, and it is now 11:34.
This next mission has fireballers heading into one of the most emotional locations of the entire season. With nearly 30 exhibits and over 200,000 visitors since opening in 1997, this place educates on the event in which over 6 million Jews were exterminated during World War II. Welcome to the Virginia Holocaust Museum. Upon arrival, teams will do the unthinkable.
First, you will hold an authentic star badge donated by a survivor whose father wore it in the Loft ghetto. Next, you will hold a real concentration camp uniform, believed to have been worn in the Sachsenhausen facility. I know. Finally, you will meet living Holocaust survivor Mrs. Helena Zim. Upon arrival, check in. When 30 minutes is up, you may request the next mission envelope.
There is no other mission.
60 points. Okay.
So we just read our mission that we got today, and we're going to Holocaust Museum. And as we're just reading, it's really emotional to know what people went through, and so many people died, and this is a memorial to those people, and we're going to get to see and hold a concentration camp uniform and an original star badge that just breaks my heart, knowing that just the cruelty in the world and what had happened at the time with Hitler. And so we're kind of trying to process that now, because it's a real rare privilege, but it's just such an emotional thing.
One of America's most emotional museums, and if we're crying right now, I just can't imagine what we're going to be like when we get there.
We have a lot of fun here on the Fireball Run, but some missions are more about reflection. And today, that's exactly what the teams are going to be doing when they arrive here at the Virginia Holocaust Museum. Today, the Fireballers are going to hold a Jewish star patch, a concentration camp outfit, and meet a real survivor from one of the most tragic incidents in our human history. Moments like these ensure that we never forget and hopefully never repeat the atrocities of our past.
Today, we have the privilege of being at the Virginia Holocaust Museum, and we just want to show honor and homage to and learn from the history of what not to do. We're a group of moms, and we're here to learn today and to experience up close and personally the atrocities that have happened to millions of Jewish people across the United States. And we just pray today that we can learn from this experience as we enter into this sacred holy place.
Hi, welcome to the Virginia Holocaust Museum. I'm Waitman, nice to meet you.
I'm Sylvia.
Nice to meet
and
you.
Lisa, thank you.
Nice to meet you. And I will take you back to your first experience. One is in here, and then the other two are in our archive. And so I'm going to introduce you to our archivist, Tim, in the pink shirt. And he's got your missions for you right there.
So we have a couple of things. We have 2 Stars of David. The yellow you've probably seen before. It's pretty iconic. Most countries, when they went to start identifying Jews, they used some form of a yellow triangle, sometimes with words, sometimes without. Poland, however, did not. They used a blue Star of David, and they started very early on in 1939. It's also on metal, which was a little unusual. It was actually sewn onto an armband that was worn in the Lodz ghetto by the father of one of our survivors. And then we have a prisoner uniform, which comes out of what we believe is Sachsenhausen, or one of the subcamps of Sachsenhausen. Striped uniform that a political prisoner would have worn. You can tell it's a political prisoner because of the red triangle. There are 2 numbers sort of superimposed on here, which probably means that the first prisoner who wore it probably passed away.
This is a star that there's little holes in it, and they wore it as an armband. I was born in 1938, so this has a lot of signification for people born before World War II.
I'm just thinking it's pretty amazing how that one little star can just mark someone and just create their identity that other people look at, and really change the course of their life.
And this is the political prisoner garb, and they had that red triangle on it to signify that. End of the war, 1945, when the troops came in our countries, American troops were moving in Brittany. That was very emotional. I was 7, 8 years old at that time.
Think how cold. This is a pretty light jacket.
All I can think, is that they are a chosen race. That's right. They're God's chosen race.
We just had the opportunity to see and hold a Jewish star from the Holocaust, and a Holocaust survivor, and one of their uniform.
And that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing right there. I mean, people don't get to do that. And it's pretty emotional, really. You think about how much hate there was in the world, and how one man really did it.
Trying to even imagine what they may have gone through, and it's just really a special moment to actually be with something that rare. The fact that it didn't get burned, and and it's
still
just
dirty.
Proof. Yeah,
it still
looks
dirty. It looks like it was just worn. I mean, you look at the uniform and there's dirt on it, and it's worn, and you know that there was just a real human being in there that suffered.
So we're going to head on to, there's one more opportunity that we're going to get to meet a Holocaust survivor.
His name is Zim.
Can you tell us where
I
you
was
were?
in 4 concentration camps.
Really?
Nordhausen, Dora. It's a secret camp underneath the mountain. We were producing rockets, the V2. The reason I survived is because of a German engineer. And the engineer told me, you have to produce 20 of them a day on your shift. But if 4 of these go be damaged or defective, that's considered sabotage. And they hang people for that. So I produced 25, 24. So I figured, well, if 4 of them be bad ones or 5, I still have 20 good ones.
Wow.
But they were all right. So the engineer was very happy with my work. He was hiding sandwiches in my machine. The engineer, they drove my machine.
Wow.
The Germans already knew they were losing the war at that time. So they started to evacuate the factory. There were 30,000 prisoners working from all around there. And exactly to the 2 weeks I was liberated in Bergen-Belsen.
Did you lose family members? Did you lose any loved ones in the camp?
Okay.
My whole family was killed by the Nazis.
They were.
We were 6 brothers and 3 sisters. Now you only want to survive. All of them were killed by the Nazis.
So when he was talking to us, I thought how strong he had to have been, and how wise he was, being so young, between 15 and 21, to be in this situation. How scared he must have been. It also gives me hope that no matter what the difficult circumstances are, that people can and will survive.
My husband's story is different than mine. He survived in a concentration camp. I survived in Anju, posing as a Christian, and which was very bad because you had to pretend I was 14, to pretend that you're somebody else, and you were able to hear. And all night long, you can hear crying and screaming, and the ghetto burning. Wanda, why are you crying? I said, because I feel sorry for these people. They're dying there. She says to me, Wanda, I feel sorry for them as human beings, but as Jews, let them burn. This is the woman that I love, and I always wanted to be like her. And it's just like somebody put a knife in my heart.
Sure. Well, I asked her if there was hatred of the Jews before Hitler, and it turns out she says, yeah, there was. And I'm just glad she made it. I'm glad she made it out of the country. She was 9 years old, and she was living with this woman because her mother worked for the woman too. She's crying and everything because all these people are dying. She says, I'm sorry that the people are dying, but as Jews, let them burn. How do you get that kind of hate in your life? My God.